Hello, this is Microck, and I'm gonna explain how to use my bidimensional, two-dimensional ender pearl stacking chamber. I still don't know how I'm gonna name it. With item shadowing. So yeah, first off, you of course need a update suppression setup. I have this mini item suppression setup. I don't know who made it, but yeah, I have this. And first off, you need to take the block for each furnace. If you only wanna use overworld or nether, you can pick this one, and if you want nether and overworld pearls, you need to pick both of them. Netherrack for nether and polished deep slate for overworld. You will come to your update suppression setup. I'm gonna put myself in survival. You will pick your redstone comparator, and you will put your comparator and your button, and you'll have both of them. I'm assuming if you are in this video, you already know how it works, but you cannot use your mouse to move the items. You need to use your keyboard, the numbers or whatever stuff you have in your config, and we'll do the same for the netherrack. Now, with your shadowed items, you will need to place them in the furnace, as you can see. If I throw one, both of them change. So 4, okay. If I throw this one, you can see nothing changes. So we can save this or throw it out, and we can do the same for the deep slate. In my case, 2. And as you can see, if I throw this, nothing happens. We can throw it again. So now I forgot to place ender pearls here, so we can just do that real quick. And you can also see how it's done. Just throw here pearls and click the node lock, and they would align with the cyclical. Now, if we are far away, we can just throw the deep slate, and we would get TP'd. I don't know why we get TP'd 2 times. I forgot to say it, but you need this area loaded. So we'll just put a carpet bot here. You can use chunk loader, but this is easier for the demonstration. And we'll TP to 100,000. You can be anywhere. And if we throw the netherrack, as you can see, it restocks. And now the mechanism from the intro is working, and we should be here in a few seconds. And you can have another portal here, or this could be in your base, whatever you prefer. But that portal has to be linked to the one in the overworld. Now I'm gonna show how it works, the difference between the schematics in the description, and how to fix one of the most common things that can happen when using it. So here we go. The main difference between the schematics is no manual, which means the nether side only works with this furnace, and with manual, I don't know what I called it, with manual nether switch, it's what the name says. If you use the item shadowing on this furnace with the nether lever on, only this will activate, and I'll explain why I made 2 versions later, because it has to do with the bug I mentioned earlier, which is not a bug. Again, I don't know why I keep calling it a bug. It breaks the machine. I'll explain what each thing does, so if something else happens, you can try to fix it yourself or modify it to make a more compact version, or whatever you prefer. For your storage maybe, or your chest hole, whatever you want. First off, we have the overworld nether toggle. This does what it says. When you press the lever, it activates the lamp, and the lamp gives a signal to the observer that activates the dispensers with water buckets. I mean, with non-filled water buckets, and they pick the water up, so the ender pearls go down. This line right here goes to this one, and to this two. This line right here goes to this one, and yeah. If you press it, as you can see, it gives the signal, and the pearls go down. If you untoggle it, the dispensers drop the water, and the pearls go back up again. This thing right here, this would be where you will place your item shadowed items. I'm sure there are better ways to do this, but I just copied the one Dark made for his design. This, what it does, I modify it so it gives a pulse to I don't remember if it was called a flip-flop, the flip-flop, but it basically works like a button. It would move this block to this observer, and the observer would give a signal which would go here, through here. It would deactivate the water and then go through here. It would follow this redstone signal, and it would wait a few seconds to activate this piston that would push the ender pearls through the nether portal, and then once it pushed the piston, it would make a sound. You can delete this if you want, but I just have it for indication purposes. It would go back up again with a few seconds, so the water doesn't get placed at the same time as the piston gets pushed, and place the water back down to the overworld floor. Then, if you chose the with manual activation schematic, this, aside from also pushing this piston, it would give a signal to this observer that would go down. Okay, and if the overworld side of the lever is pushed, there would be a block here to stop you from using the nether piston, and if not, as you can see here, it would move it, so the redstone signal goes down, and it would activate the piston through this observer. And this leads me to the common error I mentioned earlier. Then what it does is basically, if this block is a water block and this piston pushes it, this bucket wouldn't have any water block to pick, and the dispenser would just throw the bucket, which is what would happen if I didn't have that block here. I'll show an example. If I don't have that block here and I push it, aside from getting to it, this piston pushed this water and made it flowing water from the one on top. And as you can see, it stops the pearls from going up. And if we want to switch from nether side to overworld side, this would happen. That it would get the bucket out from the dispenser. How you can fix this if this happens to you? Well, it's relatively simple. Just pick the water bucket, and if that lever is on, that means all of these blocks should be waterlogged. So just take a water bucket, fill all of this until this one, and make sure all the dispensers have empty bucket. As you can see, and if I press this, it should not be working fine again. See? And this is why with the no manual nether switch, you cannot manually activate the nether piston because it would break the water block. And yeah, I think that would be it. Full credits for the original design go to Dark. I linked his video and channel in the description. I just modified it to work in the nether too. I mean, I'm sure there's an easier way to do this and less complicated, but it's a proof of concept and I'm not really good with redstone, so I'll accept constructive criticism. I don't know. I'm not an English native speaker, as you can see, and this is my first video talking in English, so sorry if I said something wrong or you can't really understand me. That's why I also added subtitles. Yeah, I think that's it. Again, I'll leave the downloads in the description, and thanks for watching. Bye.